Hallelujah.
We spend our time lifting up Yah. We want him to arise.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Like a day spring in our hearts, we want Yah to arise.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom. It's Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. As you can see, the title of the show is Observing and Watching. So, you'll definitely get a good understanding of the title of the show as we move forward. Sure, everybody's watching all the stuff going on of biblical proportion, because it is biblical. You know what I'm saying? It is written. You're beginning to see the foundations of the nations shaking. You know what I'm saying? And, it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's that time. Got a lot of news articles and stuff like that. I'm not going to say a lot, but hold on one sec. There we go. Yeah, just a lot of little things going on to talk about. But I see everybody steadily coming in, so that's good. I know they're going to come in as the show progresses. But one of the things, just going over the title of the show real fast, the title of this show is named such because it's what I'm doing. I'm watching, like, it's like situations like this. You're able to see, okay, I need to fix this. Hey, I'm prepared and I'm good to go here. I could be more prepared in this spot, in this area. You know, you're doing a shakedown of yourself. You're doing an assessment of your family, your immediate family, and those around you, how things are operating, how you're operating. And I'll tell you, like, for me, I'm even a lot of the stuff as I find it, I'm like tightening it up, whether it is literally in the physical or spiritually. It's things I'm looking at. Me and Brother Gideon talked for a second. He was able to give me some just some military some of his experience in dealing with situations, dealing with stuff out there, dealing with people and all that stuff like that helped me out big time. So, but anytime you're in a pressure situation or some type of situation, there's always plenty to look at and to work on. You could fill a book with the notes. You heard Brother Mir when he was on this show. He was talking about that the quarterback for the Colts. I forget what the guy's name is, what the quarterback's name was, but he was just saying how he would have whole notebooks on certain teams and stuff like that. Well, that's how a lot of us need to be in situations like this. Really, I'm telling you, because for me, a lot of information's pouring in, and I can say for Koya also, just a lot of information coming in on things that, we're going to get airtight. Get it tight and right. All right? So check this out. So yesterday, driving around and past this, I passed this gun store. I don't go to this is not a gun store I go to because like they price gouge. When that shooting happened up in Connecticut at the school, oh man, they like doubled the prices of everything they had literally overnight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't make no sense. Anyway, but I was driving by there and check this out, y'all. This is yesterday, all right? Hold on. Let me put it. Yeah, I took this with my phone. Look at this. That's the line. All the way across the parking lot. And it was open. The store was open, man. But that was the line at the gun store yesterday. all the way across the park. These are your anti-gun people, you know. Now they, yeah, man, you can't make this stuff up, boy. It's like, oh man, all the way across the parking lot. And I mean, you can see, look at the parking lot. Like, look at the cars in the parking lot. That parking lot was packed. Even some of the handicap spots, you know what I'm saying? Packed out. So the store was so full, you know. They like, hold on, here, I'll put it on the big thing. Look, I said that because I want to point something out. Look at that. These all your anti-gun people, probably. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the parking lot was so full. I mean, them people were in there like, Wuhan or bullets. Wuhan or bullets. Bullets. They went in there because you know that store was packed. You know, the whole parking lot's full and the line going all the way out. So person comes out, person goes in, you know. And then the whole entire store, I'm sure, was packed out. But that's the way it is. Who knows how crazy it's going to be today. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, and when I was going there, I was on my way to this, here in Jacksonville, we have a store. It's a restaurant supply store. So they sell their food. You think Costco and these other bulk stores, you think they sell food in bulk. Well, this restaurant store really sells it in bulk. And I mean, when I got to that store, man, the store was so packed out that they had on the inside of the store, directing the shopping carts, they had a guy there, like a traffic cop, directing them through. It looked like New York up in the store. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it was pretty packed out. All right. Okay, so let's see. And what I just real fast on it, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it up here for y'all also, okay? But with the ammo thing, man, cause you know you had a lot of people, you know, they throw jabs, you know, at us. They throw jabs at Pastor Dow. They throw that jab saying, "Oh, you know, yeah, live by the sword, die by the sword. This, that, and the other. Y'all worshiping weapons and all this stuff." That's not what it is. It's just, you know, it's important, you know, to have protection. And I'm going to put it up here again. I'm going to put this thing up here because I didn't type it in. I don't think it's in my, let me check here though. It might still be in my description here. Hopefully I left it in there. No, I didn't leave it in there. I thought I had. Okay. So look. All right. But I'm going to put it up here, and then y'all can go get it. You need to listen to this, man. Do me a favor. Even if you don't like any of us, listen to the first one and the second one, okay? It's Living Through the Collapse, first-hand account, Pastor Dow. And he just reading through the diary or whatever, the writings, article somebody had written to a newspaper or something like that about living through a collapse when he was over there in Kosovo or Bosnia or something like that. Okay? That's modern day city, modern day time, modern time. And, you know, just the mindset, everything that's in the book, everything that the Bible covers, everything that Pastor Dow's been walking out for years now, and like as you listen to him read through this, you see the importance of the stuff it's saying right there in the book. Having your mind right, being able to get along with your brothers and sisters, protecting yourself, being a man, not a girly man, not a feminized man, being a real biblical man, leading your household, protecting your household spiritually, protecting them literally. Okay? Protecting them literally. I'm telling you. Okay? Talks about that. Towards the end, talks about the importance of people listening. Oh, yeah, I say that big old word. Because that's a struggle for Israel. Talks about having your children in order. That's another big one. He was like, that's a huge one, man. You know? So, in a situation like this, man, you can assess your capabilities. I know a lot of the military people know about this. We in the military, we do exercises. In the Air Force, we call them ORIs and OREs, Operational Readiness Inspections and Operational Readiness Exercise. That's what I'm doing here, whether I want to realize it or not, whether y'all want to realize it or not. I'm doing an operational readiness inspection of myself, my mental capabilities, my literal capabilities, my family's military capabilities, this, that, and the other, and those around me. Just doing an operational readiness inspection of everything, assessing things, and just taking note and seeing what I need to work on. And like in the Air Force, after they do the operational readiness inspection, they have the I forget, it'll come to me, but they have these people walk around and they check everything out, and then they'll have a meeting before they leave your base, and they'll grade you. And then they'll each section, they'll write a report on what you need to work on, this, that, and the other, And you learn, after going through operational readiness inspections, then getting deployed in the real world situations, instead of taking offense to what's written up in that report, you embrace it. You're like, oh, shoot, yeah, we do. Because like when I got in the Middle East, in real world situations, I hit the ground running. I was like, oh, this is just like our mock deployment we had. This is just like all that. Okay. Only difference is easier because the operational readiness inspection, they make it hard. They make it a worst case scenario. So this is how I'm just going through. When I say I titled this video Observing and Watching, I titled it that because that's what I'm doing right now with myself, with my own mind. I'm observing and watching how I'm thinking. I've seen the report is long on myself, and I'm working through it to realize what things I need to be, getting better. You know what I'm saying? It's a great thing, Ooh, wait until we start getting into these scripts today, though. It's some daggers, man. And then I'm observing those around me. I'm assessing a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. And I thank Yah. I thank Yah for sending a situation like this to wake. It's a wake up call. It is a big wake up call. Now, overall, I feel like I'm prepared, not where I need to be prepared, but, we're going to make it. If this was a crap hit the fan scenario, I don't think this situation is going to go that way with this Corona thing. I'm in talks with people who are on the inside. They're on the inside of the hospitals. They're on the inside of the military. They're up in D.C. I'm talking to people. It's, you got your conspiracy theory people who that's their religion, and then, but if you're a biblical person and your religion is this book, you realize this is one of the birth pains, but it's not the birth. Okay, so anyway, but one last thing on this video that I put up here. I'll show the video again because I see a lot of people beginning to come in now, but I'm gonna show the video again. This is Jacksonville, Florida. This is this is a gun store near us yesterday. Okay, I wasn't going there. I just seen the line. I was like, man, let me get some video of this. So here, I'll put it up here again so y'all can see it. Now, mind you, the inside of the gun store is packed out. And this is how full it is. Look. Okay? All your anti-gun advocates. Ooh, guns is dangerous. You might see Bishop Bootlicker up in there. In that line, Moray Moron might be in that line, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, people panic buying, people not prepared, And one of the brothers, down here was saying, once it's all blow over, he gonna be at the pawn shop because these people they buy all that stuff and then they take it all, they bring it all back and sell it at the pawn shop. But yeah, it's all emotional for them. And Sister Shina said they always price gouge. Yes, I was getting ready, and that place in particular, like I said, I watched them take a $500 gun and mark it up to like $1,500. And I was like, you know what? They just gonna have to shoot me. I'm other than that. Yeah, so Elder Rufus said he's hearing Florida has several hot spots, lots of confirmed cases, but not many deaths. He said he's hearing Florida's the next mandatory quarantine. Yeah. And what I've been seeing, just listening to my military sources, the stuff coming out of Washington or whatever you want to call it, from government officials, basically what they're trying to do is slowly lock things down and not cause a panic. And then they want to lock it down with military, whatever you want to call it. They call it, hey, shalom, Brother Ray. They want to lock it down, everything. They want to slowly lock it down. Let me show you the report in the Military Times if I have it. I posted it yesterday. So that confirmed everything I was hearing. Okay. So what they were saying. Let me see if I got it, because I posted. I'm pretty sure I posted it on Facebook. No, I don't think I posted. Anyway, there was a post in the military newspaper, Military Times. They said they're rapidly activating Army Guard units across the U.S. And like I said, they already got New York on lock, Baltimore. I got pictures from there where there's Humvees in the street. California, they locking that. So, and like I said, they're going to start with the big area, the heavily populated hot spots. And then they're going to slowly, go on out from there. And they're going to tell the stores to close down. Okay. Elder Rufus said military personnel are already in all the major cities. So, and like I said, you could kind of see it at the stores. Because where I'm at here is not like a dense population center per se. It ain't as rural as it needs to be. That's why I'm trying to get the heck up out of here. But it's not a super dense population center. So for me, when I went to the grocery store, there was food in there. So, we just topping off our supply, because it's getting ready to go down. I talked to some people in the Miami area and some of these other areas, and they were like, yeah, only thing they could get in the grocery store is some damn candy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Chicago stay-at-home order goes in effect this evening. So by Sunday, they want this whole nation on lock, okay? With military vehicles patrolling the streets, and if they see you out somewhere, they're gonna, where you going? Ah, you need to lock down in place type stuff. And then they're gonna have something set up with these grocery stores where it looks like, I'm just telling you what it looks like, and I'm combining that with what I heard. But with the grocery stores, they're going to have some system set up to where you don't go in the store to get your groceries, where it's like done outside. That's what I heard, okay? So, and apparently a lot of people didn't get that memo, because I seen people like panic buying as recent as yesterday. So Koya just posted 520 cases in Florida, 10 deaths, 40 cases in Northeast Florida. That's over here where we're at, Northeast Florida. So yeah. And like I said, the other thing, I was getting a lot of, people on with the conspiracy theory thing, because there's a lot of people saying there is no virus, okay? Well, we got people here in our congregation, I talked to other people who work in the medical industry or field, boots on the ground firsthand, and people are coming in sick. Like, it's real, okay? I mean, because a lot of people are saying, oh, and this is what I say to tell the conspiracy theory people. Bounce it off the book first. If it don't line up with book, if you don't see it in the book, throw it out. Because a lot of people are making money off the conspiracy theory stuff, And, but, the book, the Bible says it's going to be pestilence. The Bible says stuff's going to happen that's going to destabilize these nations. And check this out. Let me show y'all something, man. If you saw, not yesterday, Trump's press conference, one of his press conferences, I think it was one before this last one he did. He came on and he sat there and he said, this is how you know this stuff is biblical. He said, he was like, people are saying this is from God, and this is a pandemic from God, and this, that, and the other. And I don't think so. I don't think it. I just think it's this, that, and the other. That is the spirit of these prideful nations. They are not gonna, in their pride, they're gonna just, we're gonna overcome this type thing till they take them out. But he said it. He said it in his press conference. A lot of y'all saw it. A lot of y'all saw it when he said it. Right? It was right near the beginning, right when he came out, within the first 2 minutes. So you could go back and watch his press conferences, and within the first 2 minutes of the press conference, that's what he says. And yeah, they're not gonna humble down, man. And this thing will take them out. So, okay. All right, here it is. I got the article right here. So check this out. This is what we were talking about. And this goes right in line to what I'm hearing over here on my end. Let me go to the article. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. It says, guard activations expected to rapidly increase could be used for law enforcement. Okay, so they're trying to gently prepare you into what's coming. They're gently trying to let you know it could be law, and people, the conspiracy theory people, it's martial law time. It's getting ready to just all I tell people is, don't jump to conclusions, jump to the book. Look at biblical prophecy before you declare what's going to happen next. Don't jump to your conclusion. And then when you do that, things will begin to fall in place. In the meantime, prepare. Use prudence. Because a wise man is prudent. Okay? They're prudent. They consider the future, what's coming. Okay, so all right, let me say this too. Something you can do, something they showed that you could do, something I saw. I'm gonna put out a couple things that I saw, and it's like, it ain't gonna hurt. Okay, all right. Number one, they were saying, like with the coronavirus, I was looking at some of the symptoms and all that stuff like that. And what they were saying is, what you can do is, let me see. Okay. So, Elder Rufus is confirming. He said, we drove through Chicago early last week. He said, we saw the 225 headed to the area strong. So he's seen the military headed there. So they already, you know what I'm saying? They're already to the dense population centers, military already in position. We've already got confirmation, eyewitness confirmation from saints in Straitway, Florida. We've got confirmation on certain military activity here in Florida, okay? Inside type stuff, okay? So yep. So I'm with what Elder Rufus said there. So check this out. Some useful information that I came across, okay? That's, it's worth, I think it's worth trying. It ain't gonna hurt. Is they said, number one thing you can do to see if you're coming down with a respiratory illness is, they said in the morning when you first wake up, take a deep breath and see if you could hold it for 10 minutes. I could hold it for a long time. And not 10 minutes, 10 seconds, I'm sorry. See if you could hold that breath for 10 seconds. If after 10 seconds you're like, you're coughing and gasping and out of breath, there might be something going on. The other thing is, I came across a video I say it's worth trying. He said get a lemon or some limes or citrus, like some oranges or something. Put the orange peel or whatever, put that in water with sea salt and let the water boil and breathe in the steam from that. Okay? Don't burn your daggone nose up. Do it carefully. And he said that will kill off respiratory infection. So that's, I don't, it's worth trying. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he said that will immediately kill it off. Koya Note was telling me about some herbs because she has went herb-tastic. I got to put the reins on her with the herbs, but she came across herbs that improve respiratory function. Okay. And we, because, everybody's doing their part. So she's really started looking into herbs that can, and they're look, dude, don't take no daggone vaccine when there's already, the Most High Yah's already made provisions for stuff to overcome it, like with the doTERRA oils, which last I heard was all sold out, but oregano oil is an antiviral. There's and then somebody posted in there that oregano oil is also a preventative. The elderberry, which we all out of that, but the elderberry, it strengthens your immune system. So garlic, somebody put garlic, honey, there's all types of stuff. All right, so Straitway, Michigan said National Guard has been mobilized. Governor here just dragging her feet. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. Well, no, what they're doing, you got to understand. People freak out when they see the military walking through down a street with ARs. They like they start. Oh, we're never gonna. It's a military occupation. Oh my goodness, and it has to be the Air National Guard, or I keep saying Air National Guard because I was in the Air National Guard. It has to be the National Guard. Like I know the National Guard here in Jacksonville, Florida is a militia. You know what I'm saying? And it's controlled by the state government. It can't be the federal military, even though there's no difference anymore. That's a whole nother show, but it has to be the Guard, and they got to do it carefully, because if they had did this the way they wanted to and just said, hey, lock them down, people would have freaked out. They wanted to use the media to get the people alerted, get them in lines, get them in the stores, get them prepared, get them to get food up in there. And like I said, even yesterday, man, I seen people, I could tell I seen them running into the store like they just found out, so, but yeah, they got to do it because they got to minimize panic. Because I can see it on people's faces. They're like, they was freaked out, all right, so let's continue on. And I understand today's show is going to be, we got plenty of time now. We're good on time. But, I'm just using today's show, get some information out. And we got some good, some Bible verses that are going to help y'all out too. All right. And it's good that everybody's chiming in with what they're seeing in their area. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting communication from other places. Everybody's telling me what they're seeing. Last I heard, though, California was fully on lock. You know what I'm saying? They put the lock on them. All right. So let me show you this article real quick. All right. Because the reason I put this one in here, it says Brett Hume blasts MSNBC reporters BS gotcha question that Trump shot down. Okay, so if you watch the press conference yesterday, one of the reporters asked Trump, he said, okay, one of the reporters asked Trump, he said, hey, does, it was, I forget, they got a name for those questions, but it was a setup question to make him look bad. What they do, if they don't like you, they ask, they put their insulting or demeaning or attack in the question so that there's no way for you to answer the question right. It's already implied in the question what you're doing wrong. So what he asked Trump, he's like, hey, Trump, what are you going to do about the people who are fearful because you drag your feet on this, that, other? He asked for some question like that. And then Trump went off on the dude, and they've been going back and forth. And it like, if you look at the timing of this whole situation, it's during an election year, and folks is using this, like, no matter what Trump does, he did a terrible job according to the Democrats, and according to the Republicans, he's going to have done a great job. I could give a damn about either side. They both wicked as hell. But what I'm saying is, as you see Israel wake up and come into the knowledge of who we are as a nation, and you see true Israel come together as a people and really diligently adhere to these scripts over mammon worship, over everything else, over woman worship, over children worship, we worshiping Yah, and we keeping that thing real. As you see that happen, as we come up, what you're beginning to see is these nations come down. Y'all, listen again. Watch this upcoming election. It is going to be something brutal. You don't want to, I keep telling people, man, because I still see people, I can tell they low-key political. People going to be dying. Y'all already seen all the shootings over this election. It's white on white crime. It ain't got nothing to do with race, color, nothing. It's all politics. Folks shooting folks over politics. It's like Crips and blood. You're going to see more violence than you see gang violence over this thing. Why? Because it's biblical. It ain't conspiracy theory, ain't nothing else. It's book. These nations are going to begin to come apart. All right? So that's why I put that up there. I'm just showing you. You see it everywhere. You beginning to see just as much bickering between these nations, particularly this nation, with these politics. Some of the other nations don't even want to do business with us because they see all the unrest in the political system. They can't get nothing done because of all the politics and all the arguing and bickering. So they go do business with China, with Gog or Magog. You know what I'm saying? And they get them the money. It's real talk. It's just it's biblical prophecy on a large scale. That's what you got to be looking at. All right, so let's see. Next. What do I got next for the news articles? Oh, man. Trip off this, y'all. You know. And in the... Meanwhile, in Gayfer land, under the Gayfer agenda, you got this going on. Okay? And you know who they're targeting. Let's see if anybody could put in the comments who they're targeting with this. It says, meet Snowflake and Safe Place. No, Safe Space. Marvel's new superheroes. Hold on, let me put it up here. Let me show y'all. Tell y'all, man, stop watching that damn television. Snowflake. Listen, Marvel has rolled out some new superheroes for its upcoming new Warrior series, and one pair of characters in its lineup is generating a lot of buzz. Anyway, I'm going to read ahead because what it says here, it says, Wednesday, this, that, and the other. Anyway, and you know I ain't playing that daggone video. It says Marvel took some heat from people, relaunch. Anyway, they're gender fluid, you know. They're not Autobots or Decepticons, you know. They're they're Transformers, you know. They don't specify or whatever, you know. But you could tell, you know, this is a dude and this a chick, you know, but you can't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you. And guess who they targeting with it? All right. Hey, Redbeards Racing, email that to me, please, so I can check it out. Because I won't be able to get to it right now, you know. But email that to me. I'll check it out. But yeah, you gotta, man, the programming on this stuff, like they're pushing this stuff so hard. And I'm telling you, as we move forward, there's a strong divide that's going to happen. You're going to have, and I don't care whether it's people in the world, whether it's in the Hebrew community, wherever it's at, it's going to come down to one thing. Those who worship Yah and those who worship money, women, children, people, place, things, and all that other stuff. It's going to get real tight. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get real obvious. All right. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So, all right. Let's see what it's saying. Put this in here. All right, here we go. Let's see what they talking about. All right. This is locally. I might have already played this, y'all, but it's cool.
Baptiste, he has the buzz this morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Keith. Yeah, so many folks are talking about this online because for some buyers with virus fears, the priority isn't just toilet paper and hand sanitizer, it's actually guns. So here's the buzz. Many people are saying they're looking for extra protection, primarily ammo, in case the virus shuts down most businesses, which we're seeing a lot of right now. Long lines have been seen outside stores, and retailer ammo.com says it saw a 68% increase in sales from mid-February to early March. Also trending this morning, if you happen to have some time off because of the coronavirus.
So, hey, I'm sure they're getting good deals on that ammo. Like, I went up in an ammo store that's right here near me, and I'll never go in there again. What I seen in there pissed me off so bad. I was like, man, I looked that dude in his eyes, and he knew his ass was wicked for charging when he was charging for some rounds of 38. I like, man, you dude. Okay, so anyway, that is, let me see. I think that's almost it for our articles. Oh, no. No, we got some, we got some good, so look at this, okay? This is what you don't need to be. I'm going to show y'all what you need to be spending this quarantine time doing, okay? Because it's too late now. You know, they getting ready to lock the thing down to be running around trying to get prep. You need to be making a list of what you need to do. But the biggest thing is you got to be getting your mind right. But don't be doing this. This is what the heathen going to be doing. Look, porn and cannabis on the rise amid social distancing, okay? and prayer, fasting, and seeking the Lord needs to be on the rise in the Hebrew community. But that's what's going on. Wickedness, okay? That's real talk. All right, so let's see what else I got here. think that's almost it. Got one last article. It says, all right. A grocery store spokesman admits shortages and are unprecedented, and says when shelves will be restocked. So just shelves are empty, man. So got to be looking at, how to be prepared. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So title of this is, we're going to get into these scripts. And I know y'all say it's a 5G. I watched some, people sent me the videos. I've been watching the 5G. I've been watching that about 5G technology and all that stuff like that with the corona and all this stuff. This is the way I move. I watch what's going down and I book it. And if the conspiracy theory line up with the book, cool. Other than that, but where my focus is at is preparing. Okay? Where my motivation, where the fire's been lit at, is revenue, bringing revenue in. Okay? One of the areas, one of the areas y'all need to consider, a lot of y'all, is if you go into quarantine, dude, I tell you what I was looking at, Walmart hiring 500,000 people. Some of these businesses is hiring like insanity, okay? A lot of y'all need to be running to that. I'm not ruling out that I'm not going to be running to it. You know what I'm saying? Because revenue is key. Bringing it in. Yeah, there's certain jobs that they're going to be laying off, but there's certain jobs that they're going to be hiring like crazy, okay? And then when all this blow over, I'm going to hit the ground so hard, bringing revenue in to get my debt paid off, because I'm in record time. I want to be out in the middle of nowhere, away from the general public, because the general public is generally crazy when they're fighting over toilet paper. All right, so Amazon's out hiring 100,000. You see what I'm saying? So people need to be jumping on that, So that's real talk. And that's what I'm gonna be doing, man. I'm gonna be taking a lot of money. The money that I'm gonna be paying off debt and investing in precious metals when the deals come back around. Because this ain't the time to be doing precious metal investing. Okay? The prices are kind of high on it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anywho, let's get into this though. Let's get into let's see what I got here. Let me pull up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to let's go to Sirach 6. Sirach 6, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 6. Okay? We're gonna we might read through that whole thing methodically. I gotta see. Hey, Jay. We might read through it methodically. Dang. Elder Rufus said Kroger on-site hiring. They're hiring on site. Y'all, they need forklift drivers. They need all that stuff, man. Everything. I'm gonna see if they need mechanics. I'm gonna pull up with my truck with my toolbox on it, and I'm gonna name my price. I'm gonna be like, I want $50 a minute, but I'll settle for 30 if you hire me right now. Nah. Yeah, you probably go out there and name your price, man, what you will work for, and tell them how great you are. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, go out there and check. That's what I might tomorrow, you know. All right, so let's see. So this is Sirach 6, verse 1, okay? There's a lot of good stuff in here. Let me see what I'm getting at on it, though. We're going to start at 19, I think, because I got something interesting to point out. I need to change. Let me change this real quick to the original, so it's not reading in that old English. All right. So let's go. It says, all right, let me put it on the screen so y'all can see it. And let me make it bigger. Okay. And like I said, one of the things I'm using this time for, you're gonna see this show get redone. This show gonna look different. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. Okay, so here it is. It says, this is Sirach, otherwise known as Ecclesiasticus. This is in the Apocrypha. Let's talk about this book for a sec. This book is basically Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, same stuff. It just reiterates it a little more. So where Proverbs will say something 2 or 3 times, this will say the same thing maybe 7 or 8 times. So it'll drive it into your head harder, you know. It just reiterates. I call it Proverbs on steroids, where Proverbs talks about women and alludes to this proverb, Sirach 6. I'm sorry, Sirach, I forget which chapter it is. It has a whole chapter dedicated to women and dealing with them as a man. Okay, reality check. Same thing with what we're getting ready to talk about here. All right, we're in Sirach chapter 6, verse 18. And these books that I'm always harping on, the book of Sirach, the book of Proverbs, and the book of Psalms, like I tell people a lot of times, if you have a lot of relationship issues in your life, whether it's at work, whether it's with friends and family, whether it's with marriage, if you have these types of issues in your life, it's you. You're the common denominator in all your problems, and you can fix your problems by fixing yourself. You ain't going to fix your problems by trying to change other people. A lot of times, what you'll find in books like these is what it's going to tell you to do. A lot of times, it's going to tell you to get rid of these people. That's not always the solution. A lot of times, it will show you how to, and that was something that was brought to my attention yesterday by when me and another brother, we were talking, is, you know, you got a lot of times a wise person is going to know how to approach different people, reach them where they're at, and give them what they need in certain situations, you know, as a leader and stuff like that. You know, it's not a cookie cutter hammer approach to dealing with people. It's a toolbox approach. When you're in marriage, especially men, you know, dealing with these women, you know how fun they are to deal with, you know, but as a man, as a real leader, where we have to grow as men is understand that there's a toolbox approach to dealing with women. It's not like what I see a lot in the Hebrew community, the hammer approach. You know, every issue you have in your marriage, you deal with it and you use the hammer on every problem in your marriage. No, you know, some problems need the screwdriver, some problems need the pliers, some problems need the diagonal cutting pliers, you know, and a wise man growing in wisdom knows that with marriage, with relationships, with friendships, with whatever it is. And this is why I'm always pushing people to study Proverbs, to study this, to study Sirach, to study Psalms, because they're character development books. And because let me put let's do this real quick, okay? Because I always say, oh, character development. I like to define the stuff so people understand what I'm getting at, all right? Character. It's rarely something that is missing in the Hebrew community. It's the issue with our people. It's the core issue with our people. All the captivities, all the stuff you see going on, is character issues. The reason why your marriage is struggling, whether it's character issues. One of the big issues with our women is character issues. With the men too, across the board, it's character issues. And one of the Sirach and the book of Sirach and the book of Proverbs are character development books. If you begin implementing within those books, everything else in the book, in the Bible, falls in line. The 10 Commandments are character. That's character stuff, you know. And these books further break down the 10 Commandments. They further break down Torah. The governing, regulating stuff in Torah is all ties into character. So what's character? Well, here's the definition. Here's the definition of character. When I say character development, the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Moral qualities are Torah. Torah is high moral standard stuff, you know. And it's what's lacking in the Hebrew community. And it's amazing because the people who are hard to deal with don't have character. And when you look at where this book is trying to get you, when you look at where Yah wants you, he wants you to have high moral character. He wants you to, when he says serve each other and this, that, and the other, and how to deal with issues and all that. So when we get into this, all I'm going to do is just show you some stuff. So I'm going to show you some stuff I've highlighted throughout the book of Sirach. Just showing you some of this stuff. It's in, then maybe another day I'm going to show you some stuff that's in Proverbs. I'm going to show you stuff that's in there because our people do not read that book. One brother actually told me the other day, one of the members of Straitway, Florida down here, he told me, he was like, Mike, he's like, until I came across that episode you did on Proverbs, I only reference Proverbs when something would reference it. So he would read a precept out of it and that's it. He never went and read all the way through it and studied it. You see what I'm saying? And if you study it, it'll begin to show you why you're going through what you're going through in your relationships, in your life. All right, so here we go. So let me show you some stuff in it. And I'm going to point out some interesting stuff. So this is this is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, and it's verse 19, starting at verse 18, 19. And what you're going to find, that's why I keep telling people, this book could be painful because it's going to show you, it says, the word of Yah is a discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. It's quick and powerful. It just slices right through there. It's going to show you. And it's going to show you stuff that the only way you're going to fix it is by bringing it to y'all. Some of this stuff is going to take the power of Jesus is going to take that power from on high to cast it out of you. This is where deliverance comes in. This is where that true spiritual work is going to come in. But you got to see it first and bring it before him to get it. You understand? This heavy stuff. All right, so let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It says, whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. Immediately, stuff that, it's saying, if you lining up with this book, if you diligently adhering to these scripts in spirit and in truth and character development and all that stuff like that, let me put it up here so y'all can see it. Okay, if you're doing that, he said, the people around you, your friends around you, are going to be righteous, trustworthy brothers that you could trust in. This is good, right? So look, okay? For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. You're not dealing with clowns. You're not dealing with wicked-ass people. And as you're going to see, this ain't just something I'm saying. You're going to see stuff so specific in here. They leave no stone unturned. Let me tell you how specific these books are, Proverbs and Sirach. They boil it down to situational stuff. They boil it down to where if you're sitting around and you're drinking and you're enjoying music, there's music playing, you're having a drink, and everybody's enjoying themselves, it tells you how to conduct yourself in that type of situation so that you're not aggravating people. That's why I be looking at people and I know they're not really studying this book because I see it in their behavior. I see it in their character. It ain't hard. All right, so look. So that's why this is so powerful with the people you're going to begin to surround yourself with. It's going to really, people can't get around this. All right, look. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth. It's talking about wisdom. All right, I'm sorry. Let's start at 18. Because, and this is deep. All right. It says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up. So shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. Right? You're going to find wisdom till your old age. Don't get stubborn. Come unto her. And there's a doctrine. You can say a doctrine, but I'm not going to get into that. It says, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. So what it's saying is, when you do stuff according to wisdom, this Sirach and Proverbs is going to tell you specific stuff to do. A lot of stuff is counterintuitive to what society says, to what your mama gonna tell you, to what a lot of these wicked people, a lot of these wicked ass ministries out here, to what they tell you. The book of Proverbs, the book of Sirach, these are just starting points. There's wisdom all through the book. It's going to tell you stuff. There are going to be wise men who tell you stuff that's counterintuitive to what you're feeling. But this is wisdom. And it's going to be laborious. It's going to be like plowing a field in the hot sun. Okay? When you feel it, the way it feels receiving it, okay? But it will quickly, very soon yield fruit. It's the benefits of operating in that manner are going to quickly show in your life. The stress is going to go away quick. This book might tell you to cut a person off and be done with them or distance yourself, whatever, okay? It might tell you to do that, okay? And then, but you're going to quickly see, oh, Now I'm stress free. Now it hurt, but now I ain't got no stress in my life. You see what I'm saying? You see how heavy that one script is? It says, come unto her. So that's what 19 was saying. It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. What's unpleasant to the unlearned? Truth. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. So like, y'all could tell me, put a 100 up in there if y'all try to tell people stuff and they don't want to hear it. They continue on their path. You know, this was me for years. You know, I couldn't even receive it until my life got so painful where I was thirsty for answers. You see what I'm saying? That's real talk. All right. It says, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Okay? And you got to know that. You gotta know this. You gotta know, like, it's a numbers game, man. The Bible says, you know, he's not a respecter of person. Folks get cut off, dude. This like Saving Private Ryan opening scene, man. That's my mindset. Like, dude, folks won't get taken out. It says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Okay? Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. It says, be a servant to wisdom, not unto ignorance. Okay? It just, okay. And this is chapter 6, but if you were to go, when you read the beginning of Proverbs and you read the beginning of the book of Sirach, the first chapter and the first couple of chapters in the book of Proverbs is telling you the importance of wisdom and being wise and having biblical righteous understanding, okay? So it says, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds, okay? Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. So this is book. It says, seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be open. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. Do it. All right. For I think this is almost it. It says, for at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be returned to thy joy. Man, and what it's saying, what this really looks like when you really walk this out, is you got to study this and get it in there. So that when these situations arise, this stuff, you got to hide this stuff in your heart so that when the situations pop up, this pops in your mind. Not your feelings and emotions, but this overrides it. And it's like, okay, all right, they're behaving this way. I need to deal with it this way. Boom, 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 boom. And then as you begin to do that, your life gets in order. All right. So let's see. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace. All right. So let me see what else we got here. All right. All right. Hold on. All right, hold on. So yeah, that whole chapter is a good one though. Okay, so we're gonna move forward to 36. We're gonna skip down a little bit for time's sake. So check this out. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Okay? So like when you come across people and like the Bible says, you will know them by their fruit, and you look at their footwork. So you look at people who are leaders and stuff like this in Straitway is a perfect example. You look at a pastor down and you see the footwork. You see the household. He has his household on display. He has his ministry on display. He has his work on display. And you see it, wear him out, study. Watch what he does. The example's right here. But I'm telling you, man, the problem are people leading and following. I had talked about this with somebody before. Of people don't understand what it, like, because we've never been under leadership. And we don't know what it means to follow. But leading and following. Being a follower is observing and watching. And this is I'm telling you, dude, it's booked. Like I'm showing you right here. But our people don't know this, man. I can't tell you the number, man, in the so-called Hebrew communities, people who know that they the people of the book, can't tell you how many people I ran into that they just ain't following nobody. Everybody equal. Ain't nobody doing nothing better than me. I got it too. What's so special about him? And then you look at their lives and it is a disaster. And they can't put two and two together. He ain't no better than me. But yeah, but it's like, dude, like you don't have any wife. And this dude got 3 wives and they in order and they all be up there praising and worshiping. And you telling me there ain't nothing to look at there? Monkey mouth. You know, stick a banana in because you a monkey. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. That's how simple this shit is. I'm sorry, man. It don't piss me off. It's literally that simple. It's that simple. It's easy. It's not complicated. But I'm going to tell you what's complicated. Getting over pride. Getting over the pride, dude. Pride. It hurts. That's what that feeling is. Like, folks act like they special, dude. Like, you don't think I don't feel that? Like, pride don't well up in me? Oh, well, who he think he is, you know. He ain't all that. He ain't all this, that. He ain't all this, that, and other. I'm good too. I well, look at your life. Where the door steps out, it said be there. Like when you see somebody that got their stuff in order, I do it all the time. When I see somebody doing it better than me, and I ask them questions about what they doing, and I adopt that mindset, and you know. And I'm telling you, the more you do it, the more humble you become in life. To where by the time now you walking it out like they are on that level, by the time you get there, you just humble. You can't help but be. Because you're like, man, you begin to see what it takes to be something in this life. At the end of the day, you find out humility is the key. Y'all put a 100 up in there if y'all get me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all get me. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. You know, it's simple, man. Like by the time you get there and you figure out what the key is, it ain't being a know-it-all. It's being a don't know it all. All right, let's see. Look, it says, if thou seest a man of understanding. So if you see a pastor down, if you see Elder Rufus, if you see Elder Mitchell, if you see, you know, and how do you know if you see a man of understanding? How do you know that? How do you know you see a man of understanding? Read this. I just told you how to know how to spot a man of understanding. If you study the book of Proverbs, if you study the book of Sirach, you're going to easily be able to spot somebody of understanding. That's why I know these people who follow these silly ass ministries that's not saying nothing. I know they haven't read this, because they wouldn't be following after that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know what it is they don't know how to spot somebody who got their stuff together, man. They don't know how to do it. All right, so look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Let's not get hung up here. All right, where are we gonna go? All right, we're gonna go to chapter 7, verse 2. We're gonna just kind of so just go to the very next chapter. Let me see if this will work. Here we go. So chapter 7, we're going to go to verse 2. And like I said, I'm just kind of trying to whet y'all's appetite to study in the book of Proverbs and the book of Sirach. Just do, every now and then, do a study through there, you know. It's like a spiritual audit for y'all. That's what it's literally going to be. It's going to show you where you're really at. Because, man, people... What I've been seeing, man, people are deceived into thinking where they're at. And then I'm like, yo, look at the character on this guy. So check this out. 7, verse 2. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. Okay? Just little simple stuff like that. Ooh. So 7:14. 7:14. Check this out. So we're going to go, just scroll down to this. It tells you how to behave. It says, use not many words in a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. Okay? You see? It's telling you everything. It tells... And there's more verses where, like, for instance, me, man, I get around, like, if y'all, so if you've been a Straitway before, man, all the elders, and the leaders, they sit around a table, man, and it would behoove you to do this. Observe and watch. That's called following. You see what I'm saying? People, I'm telling you, and I'm going to get into it, but we do not understand how to do this. But that's what this is telling you right here. It's literally telling you, use not many words in a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. Okay? All right. It's heavy. It says, okay. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry which the Most High hath ordained. And husbandry is not being married to your wife. Husbandry is garden work, like working in the field. And then I can show you how that word tied into marriage and the whole significance to that. But what it means there is it's talking about, agricultural farm type work. Okay? So, again, you come around lazy people, you should be running through the hills. It's telling you. And if you hate that type of work, if you don't like being in the sun and getting sweaty, which being in the sun, see, this is another big deception. Being in the sun is good for you, especially when you're melanated. It releases vitamin D into you, helps fight cancer or whatever. And sweating is one of the ways that your body is one of the most powerful ways your body detoxifies. Is sweating. It's good. So get out there in the sun and get funky. All right. So anyway. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what else I got here. for y'all. So we just going through here, just showing y'all nuggets. All right. Okay, we're gonna go to 7:19. Okay, talks about y'all gonna get me into this, but it says, "Forgo not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold." It's more valuable than wealth and money. Okay, so what is a wise woman? Because, let's see what that is. Or do y'all want to see? Type yes in there if y'all want to know what a wise and good woman is. Y'all let me know. If y'all do, we will let this, I'm not going to tell you. If y'all want to know what a wise and good woman is, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let the script stay. I'm going to let Sirach tell you. I'm going to let the book interpret itself. This book of Sirach. I'm going to let it tell you what it is. Okay? So I'm just waiting. Oh, yeah. Look, they're like, yeah, we want to know. We want to know. All right? So let's do this. What I'm going to do, like DMX say, sometimes you don't know what you're asking for, but you ask for more. Look, y'all ask, I'm going to show y'all, all right? Let's see. But that's how you got to do, because you don't want to say, hey, you need to marry a wise man. Or I tell some man, hey, you need to marry a wise woman. What's a wise and good woman? Oh, some big mouth woman who know it all and you can't tell her nothing. She wise. According to a lot of folks out there, that's what a wise woman is. But we're gonna see what literally, we're gonna let this interpret what it is. So y'all stand by as I get this pulled up. Let me see. I gotta see if I can find. Y'all just bear with me. Okay. So it's not here. All right. I want to say. All right, y'all. We're going to get it up here. But, all right. All right. All right. Okay. Almost there. Yeah, we're going to see what the book of Sirach says, or Sirach, whatever. All right. So what we're going to do, I think the best thing to do, we're just going to go to Sirach, or Sirach 27, I think it is. And we'll just read through there. Is it 27? Nope, that's not it. We're getting there. All right. All right, so first one we're going to go to real quick is Sirach 9, verse 2, okay? Well, no, actually, we'll go to 25. I'm sorry. Yep. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here we are. It says, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. Okay, hold on. Okay. So we're going to go to 22. All right, well, we'll go right here. It says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. So it's basically saying you can see it in her eyes. So what Sirach 25, kind of starting at verse 13 and all the way through, I think the chapter begins to outline. It gives you the characteristics of a righteous, wise, good woman, and then of a wicked woman. It starts with the characteristics and behaviors and the fruit of a wicked woman, and then it compares and contrasts. So we'll read through some of it. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right. And it says, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And it tells you, begins to go, now it's going to begin to go into, signs and characteristics and things to look at, like discernment. The way you could discern a wicked woman. It says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Okay? And what is countenance? Okay? We're going to pull that up. All right? All right? So it says, a person's face or facial expressions. Okay? It can't be hidden. Like, you can't hide this. Like, once this is the other reason why a lot of people, like, it could be uncomfortable. Because you begin to, the appearance or expression of someone's face. You see what I'm saying? So certain situations will occur or come up. And I've seen it out there. I watch certain situations happen or whatever, and just look. You can look at a woman's face and you see it. It's right there. This book. It ain't nothing I'm saying. This book. So they were like, oh, Burka too. Holy, this, that, and the other. You ain't gonna know nothing then, but you watch a situation come up, you see that damn Dr. Seuss look come on their face, like that Grinch look. I don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying? But you see it, and and the book it says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. You can't hide from this. But a lot of dudes, they did, oh shucks, no, she's good. She's always. Look, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Like, Cletus! He'd be like, I gotta go, y'all. Or he say that inside, All wickedness is but to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Man, there's a whole chapter dedicated to this. And the reason I'm reading this is like, nobody wants to read it because they scared of their damn women. It says, as the climbing of a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. It's like you just ain't getting a stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Okay? It's not saying you shouldn't want a nice looking, beautiful woman, but it said the thing you need to be looking at is this. So it says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, so this is for those pushover jellyback dudes, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. So this also ties into it. You see what I'm saying? When a woman is, a lot of times a woman will be angry because she got a pushover dude. Look, a wicked woman abideth the courage. So when a woman won't stand up to a man, okay, when she won't, or when a man won't stand up to it, like it kills a man's self-confidence when he, if he's not strong enough to overcome it. Maketh an heavy countenance and wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. So it goes on, man. And then there's I think one of these chapters, I don't have it, the whole chapter goes into it. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to y'all is what y'all need to do is I'm gonna tell y'all something. Hold on, let me get back to where I was at. All right, look at 6. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying to y'all is observe, watch. Okay, so like there's ministries out there that in all they long ass lessons they have never ever read that ever. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Or man, I ain't even gonna go into it. Never mind, I'm not even gonna go into it. But they don't read anything like that. You see what I'm saying? All right. So check this out. It says use not. Okay. Okay, we were at B. So this is interesting. This is an interesting one. So check this out. Because when I say the book of Sirach and the book of Proverbs literally address any situation you could be in your life, everything. There's nothing, there's no situation that you can put out. It literally gets it all. So check this one out, though. This is interesting. This is testifying to that. It says, and this is Sirach chapter 8, verse 2. It says, be not at variance with a rich man, lest he overweigh thee, for gold hath destroyed many, and perverted the hearts of kings. Okay? It tells you. It says, strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands. Okay? So it just gives you all types of situations, and you just got to search, though. Whatever situation you're dealing with, it got the answer to it. And like I said, if you do it, you're going to quickly see yield results, yield fruit. Okay? Reproach not a man that turneth. Okay. Okay, so let's see. That's good. We got some good one here. Okay, this. Okay, this. Acquaint thyself with of them. All right, hold on, miss. Okay, here go another one with the elders. So So we're going to go to 8. Let's go to 8. I'm going to put 8 up here. So again, this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse, I guess, 8. Yeah, it says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. Okay? So it's basically saying, don't get offended. And I've seen this, like, you know, I gotta go back to Pastor Dow's. It's obvious, like, he's a jewel dropper. You know, he be dropping jewels, you know. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, I drops jewels too, you know. And you look at their life and it's a disaster, and they try to tell you something. It's like, I can see the stupidity in it. You know what I'm saying? But look at what it says here. It says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instruction, and how to serve great men with ease. You see what I'm saying? There's no, that's why, like, that's what I'm saying. There's no wiggle room, you know? It says, let's see. Let's read 9. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't saying nothing. There really ain't nothing I could put on that extra. You see? There ain't nothing extra you could really put on something like that. All right? All right, let's move. Let's see what else we got. It's getting a little... Okay, this is another thing where, you know, it said distance yourself, you know, where you have to cut votes or whatever you want to call it. It says, consult not with a fool, for he cannot keep counsel. Okay? Don't consult with, what's a fool? If you do a study, and if you go in the Bible and you read the book of Proverbs and study through there, when you read through the book, you see a fool is just a stubborn person. And it tells you, you know, and what's a stubborn person? They don't do what they're told or whatever. They don't know how to do what they're told or whatever it is, you know. You can study it. But a fool ain't somebody acting silly. It's, when it says a fool, it's talking about somebody who don't listen, basically. A stubborn person, basically. And you study the context of how that word's used and look it up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's see what else. Uh-oh. Let's read number 2. Is Sirach chapter 9. There's some interesting stuff here. Sirach chapter 9, verse 2. Okay. It says here, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Okay. Meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Because, look, y'all, I'm just putting it out here, okay? I'm going to just put this out here, because I'm sure some of y'all don't know this, but, yeah, there's a Hebrew, in the so-called Hebrew community or whatever, there's a doctrine that you can sleep with hookers. It's out there. It don't say nothing about it in the Torah. I could do it. He did it. What's his name did it? So I could do it. It's not a sin and this, that. So mothers out there sleeping with hookers. You know, that's a doctrine. I ran into that early on in the Hebrew Israelite when I was coming into this. You know, they teach that. But the book, it tell you, meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Yeah, but... Pookie, show me in Torah. Show me in Torah where it's at. I can't sleep with this hooker. You know, that's a thing. That's real talk. You're going to get cut, though. It's going to catch up with you. It's just not wisdom, you know. So, all right, look at this. Let's go to 6. Same thing. It says, "Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou loose not thy inheritance." You know, "Give not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her." Okay. Oh, gaze not on a maid. Okay. So it says, "Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts." Okay. I think this is that. Now, what I did, I looked that word up a while back, and that word, it kind of, I think that word is entertainer. Okay. And there's another scripture that precepts with, where it says like women who can like, get you in your emotions. So, but all right, let's see what else we got. Look at this wisdom. "Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire." Fire! Woo, 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 woo. So, yeah. But like I said, going through this, and there's a lot, dude. There's over 30 chapters in here, with all banging on like areas that I'm sure, some of this stuff might not hit on stuff you're wrestling with. But let me see. All right, let's see. Bear not. Okay, let's see. There is not. All right. Ooh. So let's see what this is. It's nah, I don't have the verse for that. Okay. Yeah, I got a whole bunch here. Let me skip ahead because I'm gonna be wrapping this up here soon. But it says okay, so this is good. This is a good one. So this is 1820. And this, okay, so we're going to go to Sirach 1820, all right? 1820. So check this out. 18, and we're going to go down to 20. I'll put it up here on the screen. It says, "Before judgment examine thyself, and in the day of visitation thou shalt find mercy." So what it's saying is saying, and it goes both ways. So where it says, "Judge not lest thou be judged," and if you've ever heard the context that a lot of Christians and a lot of people who don't follow the Bible, when you try to correct them, they say, "Judge not lest thou be judged," or "remove the mote from your eye," this, that, and the other. And this one says, "Before judgment examine thyself." The context people use that in is don't judge. Don't tell me nothing. Don't correct me. Okay? And none of those verses I just quoted are saying that. It's saying, first do this, then correct them. It's saying before judgment. So it's saying you're going to have to give judgment or correction or whatever, rebuke. But it's saying, if you're going to do it, make sure in that way, the way you're judging them. So for instance, I'm saying, "Hey man, you shouldn't smoke that weed. That's a sin." Or, I probably just ignited the weed head saying that. They gonna get in there. But anyway, let's say they said, hey, you know, you shouldn't be smoking all that weed. Shouldn't be smoking weed. But you smoke weed. So you didn't examine yourself before you went and handed that out, you know. But a lot of people use this in the context of, oh, before you tell me to do anything, you got to be completely, totally perfect. That and they use that context to, you know, that's how they throw the scripture at you. But this is saying, before judgment, just make sure you're a good witness on something like that before you go put it out there. Okay? And there's a lot of stuff about correction and being discreet and how you go about it and dealing with those in leadership or those that are wise or older. All that stuff is, man, it got everything in here to where if you want to biblically align your personality, your character, who you are with the book, you can. You literally can. He's made it possible. Because if you read the book of Proverbs, it shows you how to truly be holy. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Oh, yeah, hallelujah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this holier than thou act that people put on. Oh, okay, they're a man of God. Oh, no, that don't fly with me. When I see that it sends off warning lights. You know, when people's behavior and how they respond in situations, when it lines up with the Bible, with this, now I know, okay, now I know who I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a righteous person. You see what I'm saying? So this is the mark I'm pressing to, you know. So when you in the heat of the moment and that situation pop up, it's like, are we going to respond in a Proverbs type of way, in a Psalms type of way, in a Sirach type of way, or is it going to be something else? The typical, what we're used to, emotional type of way that it don't surprise you when people respond in a carnal way, because that's the norm. But what's a strong witness is when people respond in this way. Oh, that's like, ooh, well, that was, hey, man. Like I had somebody at work ask me, hey, why'd you do this, that, the other? And I was like, boom, 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 you know? So when I've watched people, they be like, man, they see like with Christians and stuff like that. They see that religious spirit. This is at my job. There's a person there at my job, religious spirit, this, that, and the other, and they're watching. And then they come over to me like, yeah, Mike, look at this dude. Now he claimed all this, but did you see him do that? And like, yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, y'all, with that said, let me see. That's going to wrap this lesson up. Y'all stay watchful, stay observing. Use all this free time that it looks like you're getting ready to get. This vacation time. Take advantage of it. Use it to get ahead, man. Whether you're using it to develop spiritually and to grow, or you're using it for whatever reason, take advantage of it. You know, because, you know, don't just, I'll tell you what not to do with this time. Don't sit there, you know, like, and it's easy to do, watch this news, because I know I did it there for a sec. I was sitting there watching all this news stuff, but I check in to see when this lockdown, when it looks like it's going to go down, and it looks like it's going to be this weekend, later on in this weekend. But use this time to, if you don't need to work, you don't need to get out of debt or whatever, use it to develop yourself, to get spiritually developed. Because I just gave myself an idea. I know what I might do tomorrow, you know. So anyway, with that said, y'all, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. And what I'm going to do is let's see what song I'm going to take y'all out with. We're going to stay inspired. We're going to go take it out with Praise Ye the Most High Yah. And just, man, next time we're able to get together for a feast day, boy, it's going to be something amazing. I'm telling you. We need it, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Pastor Dow would have to let me know. Like, to me, like, this is the dead season of dead seasons. I mean, this one, I can't recall, but we didn't have some tough ones, but this is tough, man. This is a real one. It's really perfecting us, though. It's really making us, if you want to grow, it's making you grow. All right, so let me see, y'all. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna take it out with Praise Ye the Most High Yah, because it gives you encouragement in this, as this dead season comes to an end. And we pray to Yah, these UV rays burn up that virus or whatever it is, the heat, because they were telling me that these viruses don't survive in heat, That's added motivation to be out there working, engaging yourself, getting sweaty, being active, doing, not just sitting on the couch making excuses. Anyway, we're going to take it out with Praise Ye the Most High Yah, the music video by none other than me, edited by me. I didn't, Straitway did the video though, you know what I'm saying? All right, so with that said, y'all, shalom, shalom.